What's up, guys? We're ready to go live here in a few seconds, probably. These guys are always right on time. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, man, 9 a.m. for Freaky Friday, where we catch you some pips. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow 9 a.m. on the stream. Guys, check out in the chat. I got you can sign up for Sosana right in the chat. Okay, you can also get your hands on the crypto debit card with low fees and no KYC, guys. Very important. No KYC. Hide your identity. Decentralized crypto debit card. All right, guys, get it in the chat. So these guys will be here any second, guys. Hopefully they got some updates tonight. He said to be on the call tonight, so I'm expecting some big news tonight. So as soon as these guys come, I'm jumping on. You'll see me in the call, Bobby K. You'll see me up at the top. Here we go, guys. Catch you later, man.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? The last call of the week. And let me open up on my video here. If you think I sound and look horrible, you're right, because I've had a cold, and the cold just took a turn for the worse earlier today. I woke up this morning feeling pretty good, and this is like the third day of my cold. You ever get a cold and you think, I'm kicking this thing. This is no big deal. And then it just starts kicking your butt. Like, you don't know why. Like, for 2 days, you think, I'm getting better. And then it just starts hitting you. And you're coughing and you're feeling like crap. Well, that's what happened to me. But I'm still here tonight. Why? Because I love what I do. And I always love being in front of you guys. You know, I thought about why I like it so much. Why do I like being here with you guys Monday through Thursday night when I can be? Is you ever have that expectation or that experience that someone has before you surprise them? You know, like you got a surprise birthday party planned for somebody, or a surprise gift, or something you've got in store for somebody, and you just are watching them and how everyone is like, I like to observe how everything's going on before it all happens. And it's just kind of fun to watch it, like, like you're looking at someone thinking they've got no idea what's about to happen. It's going to be so fun when it happens. And that's kind of my thought process all the time when I come to these calls and when I'm thinking about the community and I'm seeing people interacting and, oh yeah, we're not recording yet. Let's record. Almost forgot. Thank you. Good job, Charlie. Once again, you got me, buddy. Here we go.
Recording in progress.
Okay, again, welcome. Let me just say that I started to talk and Charlie reminded me to record. So thanks, Charlie. But I was just telling everybody that, I'm sick and this is my third day of this cold. And I thought I kicked it yesterday. I thought, I'm doing pretty good, but it's one of those colds that just kind of sneaks up on you. But so if I mute out for a second or I pause for a second, just know I'm either coughing or sneezing or something like that. Hopefully that won't happen. But what I was saying earlier is one of the reasons I love doing these calls is that I'm always thinking about what is the community like before the explosion. And it's kind of like that big surprise that you're waiting for someone who, it's a surprise birthday party or it's something like that, right? And you're watching them. You ever have that moment when you're just watching them before it all happens? Just so you can see what they look like before it happens, right? And then see what they look like after it happens. And that's kind of the feeling I have right now. And I have it off and on, but I really have it right now because we are just getting so close. We're talking to the developers every day. We've been doing that this week. Most days we're talking to the developers, getting the final touches on the affiliate plan and the voting mechanism and everything that needs to be done step by step. You can't believe the things that you run into. You're like, oh, there's that. Let's fix this. Oh, there's that. Let's make this, do that, whatever. And so all those things we seem to be coming down the final stretch, and it's exciting. And I just have that feeling right now of this is Sosana before Sosana takes on the world, and it's going to happen. I mean, I want to show you guys real quick. I want to do a quick screen share. I've got a Bitcoin chart up because I know the market's tanking right now. I'm sure that's in everybody's minds, how the market is just tanking. But what's amazing, and me and Brian were literally just before the call, we were just talking about it. I said, yeah, Bitcoin went below 100 grand. And he's like, man, think about what you just said. Bitcoin just went below 100 grand. And there were times way back, if I go, this is a weekly chart, by the way. So if I go back to like 2022, when it was at like 17 grand, and if someone would have said, man, we just dipped below 100 grand and we're at like 98 grand, you got to think, it's been a great ride, hasn't it? If I go up the weeks, you know, if you really look back, it's pretty amazing, Bitcoin, if you think about it. And I could do, I think as far as this goes, I might even be able to do a monthly. I don't think so. Yeah, monthly. There we go. You do a monthly chart, just that steady growth. Bitcoin is quite an amazing financial instrument. It's pretty amazing. But the reason I'm showing you guys the market right now, and I want you to think about it, because I know it's in everybody's minds. I know everybody's thinking about it. I'm going to go back to a weekly chart, because I think the weekly chart tells the story. I'm going to give you guys a little quick lesson on the chart, by the way, just so you know. What you want to look at when you're really looking at charts is you want to look at what are called imbalances. Now, these are weekly candles, okay? And what an imbalance is when a wick literally comes down and touches a wick from, since these are weekly candles, you're looking for a weekly imbalance. All these imbalances here have been filled, and I'll tell you what I mean by that in a second. This one here is starting to fill one of the imbalances, which actually almost got filled but didn't. If you look at it, looking at the market, this is where it went to. It went to about 98,100 something, and this was back in June. Okay, so we haven't been down this low since June. And before that, the imbalance, which is the wick of this candle and this weekly candle, it didn't quite hit it, and it's just about to hit it now. These imbalances get filled all the time. I mean, you just see it happen all the time. So if you see a market take off parabolically, you can almost guarantee that eventually the imbalance is going to hit where people are taking profits for whatever reason. I don't care if it's the news. I don't care if what's going on in the world, good or bad. It's either bad news that's going to cause it, and bad news, you know how it is. I mean, these markets are a roller coaster, right? Look at them, up and down and up and down and up and down all the time. So what you can't get caught up in is the temporary down. You can't, don't let it bother you, right? Because hasn't there always been a down, and hasn't it always gone back up? Look at this, down, back up. Look back here, down, 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 all the way. Just look at all these weeks from like March of 24 all the way to like what, the 10th of October of 24, right? And then boom, explosion. So this is a common thing. We all know this. We all know that the markets are always up and down. I'm showing you this imbalance just to kind of give you guys an idea. We're about to hit an imbalance here at about 98,000. We haven't quite hit it yet. Right there. See that? This is the wick I'm talking about. I'm going to circle this wick. You guys see that? Tell me in the Telegram if you can see this wick right here. Just enlarge it and make it look even bigger. The imbalance. Look at it. It almost hit. See how close that is? It went just a little further than the last wick that almost filled it. Not quite though. Just about to hit that imbalance. So, and it might go a little bit lower, but we know normally when it hits these imbalances that it's getting ready to turn back around. Okay. It might hit the next imbalance, which is around 95,800 something, right? This is where a lot of big institutional traders will set their limit orders on these imbalances, because they happen all the time. Just go back and look through charts. They happen all the time. You just got to be patient enough and have the equity and the money to do it, and the strategy and the know-how of what you're doing, right? Some people think long-term trading. Some people think short-term trading. But imbalances are something that most traders have a tendency to look at on a regular basis. I just know that because I used to be a trader. Don't get me started, because I hated I learned about myself, and I learned that I didn't really like day trading. Day trading's not for me, right? But it's just something I got into, and that's why I'm teaching you guys a little bit about it. So you can just kind of know, at least you know what you're looking at, because these are just basic fundamentals of how to look at a chart. It doesn't mean the market's guaranteed to turn around there, because if some imbalances get filled and then they just get blown through. I mean, if we had, for instance, COVID all over again, right? If you look at COVID, all bets are off. I mean, crazy things can happen with what we call fundamentally, but I'm giving you the basic fundamentals of like technical analysis, okay? And these are the things you can look at. So I can say there's a really good chance Bitcoin could turn around from here, which is cool, because I know a lot of you guys are probably concerned about it. You're like, man, the market, you know, what's it doing? How low is it going to get? Well, you'll know if it gets to 96,000, there's a really good chance it could turn around, because none of these candles filled these imbalances, these tips and these breaks. and ups and downs. This one, as you can see, was already filled. And then if it goes all the way down to this imbalance right here, you can see that that imbalance is somewhere around 86,500. I don't think we're going to go there, but if it does, it won't stay there for very long, because you're talking about an interim low, and we've still been in an uptrend for a long time. But why do I like to show you the market right now? You guys are thinking, what do I care? The market. Well, so I think most of you probably do as crypto investors. You really care about the market right now, and you're probably thinking about how it's going to affect Sosana. And I can tell you, when it comes to Sosana, you got to realize, when you look at the price of Sosana right now, if it goes down with you, you're not seeing a lot of sells, a lot of buys. You're not seeing a lot of anything. You're just seeing a few buys, a few sells here and there. The volume's low on Sosana right now. But then you see a lower price. You're like, man, it was 19 cents yesterday. It went all the way down to like 16.9 and all that. You gotta be really careful on a temporary basis, not to get caught up in your emotions on the fluctuations of prices from day to day. And secondly, you got to realize that it has nothing to do with Sosana, the project, because it is paired with the Solana token. Okay. So when you're looking at a chart, and I'll pull this up for you guys too. When you're looking at our chart, the truth is that our chart is pretty much, it's really this. People try to look at it from a micro perspective. You guys are not day traders, so don't try to be one. You know, don't try to time the market. This, in my opinion, is an incredible price. But I can't stop someone from selling and bringing us down to 10 cents for all I know. I don't know what they're going to do. But all I can tell you is I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not worried about it at all, because I know where we're headed. I realize what we're going to do. But another thing I got to tell you, because I've been telling you guys that a lot. You know, you guys have heard me talk about that a lot, where we're going, what I believe the future is. And I know most of you are excited. That's why you're here. But I want you to just always know that if Solana is going down, it's going to bring down the price of Sosana without you saying, okay, nothing has really affected Sosana as a company or anything. It's just that it's paired to Solana. It's Sosana paired with Solana. Sosana paired with Solana, if I got that right. And so when the Solana price goes down, you're going to see some fluctuations in our overall price, even though you're not seeing a lot of volume on the chart. I mean, let's face it, we did less than $10,000 in volume in the last 24 hours. That is infinitesimal. That is nothing, right? So that doesn't move markets. But you can see, obviously, the chart is very sensitive to buys and sells right now, because it's just during a time when we have low volume, low market cap. And you know what's exciting? These are the kind of projects we're going to be looking for as a community to throw the DGen voter wallet into. So that's exciting, right? Think about that. Think about what that's going to do, how that's going to impact these projects that we vote for when we win, right? But my biggest point to you tonight in showing you the markets, and why I can absolutely assure you there's nothing like, let not your hearts be troubled, no matter what Bitcoin does. If you wake up tomorrow and Bitcoin for some reason came down and filled this imbalance, and it hit, you know, let's just say 69,000, right? This little imbalance here. You can see all of this consolidation. If this thing just were to drop for whatever, it would take something cataclysmic for that to happen right now. But if it did it, I don't want you to go, oh man, what's going to happen with Sosana? Because, you know, as the market goes, so goes other markets. Let's look at other markets right now. It's interesting how much they just kind of mirror Bitcoin, right? Look at this. Very similar, right? Very similar chart to Bitcoin, and we're looking at Ethereum. So Ethereum is kind of like, Bitcoin is gold, Ethereum is silver, right? And it just kind of has a tendency to, on a weekly basis, especially, to do what Bitcoin does. So you see that, and you think, oh, there's all these correlations. Let's look at Solana, the market that we're in. Very similar chart, right? Very similar reaction to the market. If Bitcoin sneezes, the rest of the market catches a cold, right? I mean, it is the way it is. And it's kind of like you can be on the wrong end of the stick real quick with Bitcoin. You know, if Bitcoin goes down, if Bitcoin goes up, you're thinking, wow, everything else is going to go up. And then Bitcoin pulls back, and you'll see some of these altcoins drop even further than they were. And you're like, what's going on? Bitcoin's still above where it was yesterday, and yet my altcoin that I'm in has dropped a little bit. But long term, you can look at these charts, and they all have a tendency to kind of react similarly. But let me drive this home now. Let me help you understand why I'm showing you this. is because, and I've been a part of I was a part of another project. I'm not going to mention it. Some of you guys already know which one it is, but I'm not going to talk about it because that project is even still around, and I'm not here to promote it or talk about it or to even get you guys to think about it, right? Not here to do that. But I can tell you, this was back in like March of 21, I believe, or 22. Gosh, I'm losing track of the years already. But what I can tell you is, let me get back here. Okay. This was in 2022. My bad. Okay. March of, let me enlarge this real quick. March of 2022 was when I got involved with this particular company. And when I found this company, it was broke on its butt. The founder didn't know what he was going to do next, but he had an amazing idea. And he still has an amazing idea, but he doesn't know what to do with it. And that's a whole other story. I'm not going to get into why I left that company. It was rotten, the way it was, the way everything came out. But I can tell you, it had a run. And that particular company started at, I mean, in the pre-sale, we were selling tokens for like $1, right? And then ultimately, when it went live, it went up to all the way past $46. So some people made out a tremendous amount of money during that time, and it had a tremendous amount of success. And who knows what its future holds between now and whenever. But what was neat, though, is when I got there, they did not know how to market, so they brought me in for marketing. That was my whole purpose, is to bring them in. They brought me in so that I could do the Zoom calls like I'm doing here, so that I could talk to my people and get people excited. And let me tell you, this is where I got in, and this is what's amazing. We went all the way from, let's see, we were at, Bitcoin was around 47, maybe 1,000, something like that. And from about here all the way down to here, and it was December, we had built a group of well over, and I mean, starting from zero, somewhere between, I don't know, somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 people. I can't even remember the number. It was hard to keep track of. But we were bringing people in like crazy. People were excited about it. And this was a pre-sale. I mean, we weren't even live in the market, right? And we were just bringing people in with the vision of what we had. And so we had, we probably raised, I would say, somewhere in the ballpark between $2 and $3 million. And all during a market that was absolutely tanking. Why do I say that? Lots of reasons why I say that. Because right now we see the market tanking, and some of you are in fear going, well, what if it goes to here? And what if it doesn't stop and it even goes to here? And it's going to affect all of crypto, and how's that going to affect Sosana? What's going to happen? Some of you might have thought that. Is there anybody in the Telegram, be honest, have you thought about it? When you look at the market, do you sit there and go, man, what's going to happen with our project? I mean, if the market as a whole seems bearish, is there anybody, come on, be honest. Yes? Okay, Israel, thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else think about it? Just be honest with me. Does it cross your mind? You think of buying more, Ellsworth, good for you. No doubt, Colby. Yep. Anybody else? Do you sit there and think about, man, if the market as a whole is not doing good, what's going to happen with Sosana? Who else is thinking that? Come on, be honest, guys. Try to tell me if you're not thinking it, because you got to be thinking it. Most people have got to be thinking it. It even crosses my mind when it happens, but for me, it's just a temptation. It's a temptation to start thinking something that I know is fallible. And I understand buy the dip is the whole idea, right? Buy low, sell high. That's the big thing for us. We're always thinking, everybody's heard the old adage, buy low, sell high. But no matter how many times you hear it, what do people most of the time do? What do people most of the time do? They panic, right? Did you say, Cheryl? I don't know how you're not muted, but thank you. So you said be still. Okay, so that's good for you that you do that. Most people don't do that. That's what you should do. But what do people do when they see red candles? They start selling. They get. No, that's the opposite, Brian. They don't FOMO when they see red candles. They actually start selling and they start panicking. And that is, any really good investor will tell you that this is when you start buying. This is not when you start selling. This is when you start buying. This is when you start accumulating, right? And it depends on how long-term, how you're thinking. But there's been people that have been collecting Bitcoin for probably the last 10 years or more. And they're big investors. And every time they see things like this happen, they call their banker and they, you know, because they're rich, and they're like, hey, you know, buy me a couple hundred Bitcoin because I really like what I'm seeing right now. There's a lot of red on the chart. That's when I like to buy, because they know that after this, what happens every time? Red turns into green, right? Red turns into green, red turns into green, red turns into green, over and over and over. Then big green, right? Then we see some red, and what does the red do? It turns back into green. It always does that over and over and over. So you might think this is a lesson from Mark where I need to know how to think about the market, but honestly, it's not so much that. It's a little bit that, because I do want you guys to understand and think long term, because the truth is this: there's an old adage that says the turtle wins the race. The turtle really wins the race when it comes to investing and when it comes to trading and things like that. The people that make it big are the ones who are patient, and it's the turtle that wins the race. And let me tell you, the chart doesn't lie. You know, you can't go back in time and experience this ever again, but at least you can learn from the past experience, right? And you can realize that if there's a lot of red, that there's going to be a lot of green to follow. And I'm telling you, this will be no different. We just don't know when, but we keep our head up. We understand that that's what's going to happen. Now, again, this is not to give you, I'm not saying this, it is to give you peace about while the market's tanking, how you can be at peace and understand the truth of it. Just go, okay, it's all going to come back. Who cares? This is all just noise, right? Just like our chart right now is just noise. If you look at Sosana right now, you're like, man, how low is it going to go? And my answer to that is, I don't know. But I'll also tell you, I don't care. I don't care what it does right now, because I can tell you this, and this wouldn't happen, but if Sosana went to 5 cents tomorrow, I'd still be on the Zoom calls doing the same thing I'm doing on Monday night, Tuesday night, and from now on, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'd still be here. Brian would still be here. David will still be creating. The devs will still be developing. Everything is going to continue moving forward. It ain't going to matter, because we know where we're headed long term. But with that in mind, I wanted to make sure you understood that no matter what the market's doing, especially in the future, I told you guys that Sosana is bound to transcend the market, right? Because I don't believe, I really don't, I know that from some form or fashion, we could have a tendency to move around. I mean, we're not going straight. There is no straight line to success. People are going to take profits. I mean, all those things are good. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But we're going to make our own market. We're going to create our own crypto universe. We have affiliates standing by waiting for the affiliate marketing plan to launch and the voting mechanism to launch. Waiting, right? And when that happens, it's going to be very different than it is right now. Things are going to change fast, very quickly. Okay, I know we've been waiting a long time. And I know this chart, if you look at it, is flat and the volume is low. But folks, I'm just telling you, this is the calm before the storm. Look at this. This is just this consolidated, stretch it out, right? It feels like it's forever, but it's really only been from the time that it's been doing this. It's only been what, since the 10th of September? Just a little over a couple months. And in the grand scheme of things, what's a couple months really? What is it? It's just a point of testing our impatience. That's all it really is. It doesn't mean anything. Time is what it is. And we can't bring out anything until it's ready, and we're not going to, because then it would make things even worse, wouldn't it? We got to make sure everything is absolutely ready. And that doesn't mean it'll be perfect. We're going to go through growth pains. We're going to go through challenges, but we're going to do it together. And you guys are here for that. You're so fortunate to be where you are right now. But I want you to understand, we're going to make our own market. And I know that for so many reasons. One, because I know that there's a lot of affiliates that really believe in what we're doing, and they're going to be bringing on their influence. And then we're going to be building up the marketing wallet, which is going to be finding more influencers, YouTube interviews, big influencers that are going to be talking to us and learning about what we're doing. We don't want to get on there now and talk about what we're going to do. We want to get in the action of doing it and then talk about what we're doing, and then show the testimonies of people that are experiencing it and having all this fun from the nominating, the voting, the rewards. And every 2 weeks, we just know it's going to happen. that election, it's going to happen over and over and over, and we're going to build up those degen pools bigger and bigger and bigger. And we know that we can, because of that, we can create our own market. We're not, I don't believe we'll be, I've told you guys this before, a lot of you, maybe some of you haven't heard it yet, but we are not subject to Bitcoin in the long run. We're not going to look back and go, yeah, you know, like I said, people aren't going to be like, oh man, I had this awesome reward experience. I won an election. I got airdropped this token. It's even worth more now than the night I got dropped. Unbelievable. I'm having such a fun experience. And why would they be like, I'm not going to come back and see what the next election is going to do in 2 weeks? Why would they do that? They're not going to do that. This is so much more than just a token that obeys the market. Think about that, folks. This is not a meme coin. We're done. We're almost done. We're about to move on from the meme coin thing because this is so much more than just a meme coin. It's not even worth mentioning anymore, really. Meme coin. That doesn't mean anything, right? Because we all know that meme coins are typically useless. They're just entertaining. And then what do people do? They just literally look at the chart. They try to buy low, sell high, and that's all they care about. You know, and at the end of the day, they're not there for any other reason except to make money. Now, I'm not going to say that that has changed with Sosana, but we've got all these different ways for people to make money that have nothing to do with the token. And not even the affiliate plan, which I know there will be a lot of people that make a lot of money, in my opinion, without giving you financial advice, just from the affiliate plan, because they're going to want to earn Sosana tokens. They're going to be earning a growing asset. When's the last time anybody's been in an affiliate plan? Think about it. And you had a chance not to just earn money, but you got to earn an exponentially growing asset. You got to earn Sosana, right? And that's, I think it's, for us, it could potentially be one of the fastest growing assets you could ever earn, which is one of the most amazing things. I mean, it's pretty amazing if you look at it just from a price point. You think someone comes in for, whether it be a founder position for 99, or they come in at the premium after that for 249, and you're getting those levels, right? Anywhere from 20 to 30% down 3 levels up to 35% in those 3 levels, and you're earning Sosana. And the Sosana itself, again, what we believe, that's why we're here, we believe that's going to continue to grow. So you're going to earn as much Sosana as you possibly can now, which will even be, which we believe will be worth even more in the near future, and then especially long term, because of what we're doing. Do you guys realize how rare it is? Think about this. How rare is it to have this combination? I'm going to throw out to you the most rare combination you'll ever find in a business. Think about this. We have something the industry desperately needs, right? To solve the #1 problem, shiny object syndrome, and nothing accomplished. That is the #1 problem in crypto right now, for a lot of reasons. Okay, scammers, too many projects, not enough demand, not enough liquidity, all that stuff. For whatever reason, all that, we know the problem exists. We know that this is the solution to that problem. We bring in a community, a safe haven where there's strength in numbers. We're going to come together with one goal in mind, and that is to find quality projects. What is the #1 goal of every crypto investor? Tell me. Anybody want to tell me? What's the #1 goal for every crypto investor? Make money, that's right. But how? By doing what? By finding quality projects and finding them as soon as they can. Why do you want to find a project as soon as you can? Because the goal is to buy it at the lowest price and then hopefully sell it at the highest price. What is Sosana going to give you an opportunity to do better than anyone else on the planet? Find those projects through the community, right? Potentially get in early, potentially, right? We're not going to make any guarantees there. But when that degen voter bonus wallet gets gigantic and the community picks the right project at the right time with the right market cap, what's it going to do to that project? It's going to give you an opportunity to be in a place where you've kind of gotten in early, right? It's almost like the community is going to manufacture these opportunities together, forging these nominated projects through an election process where the goal is to find the most quality project. And what is the best thing to do in crypto? Is it to just roll the dice on every project you can find? Or is it to try to really find and build your portfolio with quality projects? Which one? Does the turtle win the race in the long run, or does the rabbit by trying to roll the dice? You're going to hear stories about rabbit success where someone said, oh, I bought this meme coin for 5 cents and it blew up to $5 and I just made all this money. Okay, that's kind of the lottery mentality. I'm not saying that can't happen to you, but it's not as likely, right? Your goal is to make money long term and find quality projects and to get out of that shiny object syndrome where most of the time nothing is accomplished, right? Remember, I told you this rare combination. Not only do we have something, not only are we bringing the solution to the number one problem, which means the market, the industry of crypto desperately needs what we have, desperately. And I told you guys earlier, not just from a voting and reward mechanism and finding quality projects, but also creating that safe haven where people can stop getting scammed, where people can find reviews, where other communities will flock to the Sosana community because they want their project to be known, and they want Sosana to not only elect them and win the election, but they also want to receive verified real reviews and tremendous credibility from a community, right? That is KYC'd and verified. Never been done in history. I just told you the second thing in the combination, which makes it so amazing. What if you had the number one solution to the biggest problem in an industry, but at the same time, nobody's doing it? Nobody else is doing it. That is a rare combination that doesn't come up very often. Okay, but people say once in a lifetime opportunity. I think so. Like, I really feel like Sosana is for us a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've told multiple people that even though I got into crypto back in 2015, I really believe that Sosana is the reason I got into crypto. Like, it just kind of created for me, my experiences and everything that's led me up to this point. I feel like this is it. This is, for me, this is like all I'll ever need. And I think it's all anyone could ever need. And it's not just about the token either. Remember, people could get started with us in 6 months, in 12 months, right? And the token could be $20, $30, $100. And still, in that moment, they have every reason in the world to buy the token because they got to have at least $50 to vote, and to buy the token because they want to nominate their favorite project and potentially win, right? With just $500 worth of Sosana. So why would people, even at $100, stop buying Sosana when they want to be a part of our community? Because it's so much more than just the token. And have you ever experienced or even witnessed throughout all of crypto history a project that actually provides that to their community? Have you ever seen that in your life? I haven't. Has anybody? Does anybody else know of something out there that's like that? It doesn't exist. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. That's what I wanted to bring out to you guys tonight. I want to reiterate the rare combination of having something that the industry desperately needs. It doesn't even know. I mean, because it's never been done before, the industry doesn't even know it needs what we have yet. But when we come out there, when we bring it out, we start doing it, people are going to realize, wow, the industry has really needed this for a long, long time. What we're about to do. It's really needed it badly, because this is a place where people are going to be able to kind of like find a safe haven, a home. And it's going to bring, there's a lot of people that got into crypto for the first time ever. They got on the Solana network and they, maybe they had a little bit of a gambling mentality and they like rolling the dice on some of these meme coin projects and these new things that start up that, man, every scammer around the corner has found ways to try to trick people into, right? And it was their first experience, and some of them walk away never wanting to come back. That is not what crypto mass adoption is all about. Crypto mass adoption is about making it user-friendly to the average person. We are bound to make it user-friendly to find quality projects. User-friendly to stay safe. How important it is, think about it. Doesn't matter how much money you make if you can't keep it, right? We're going to help people in both of those ways, in ways the industry has never thought of and is about to discover. So I hope you guys really appreciated that. I'm going to open it up now. Anybody have any questions? Not only about what I covered, but just questions in general. Anything that people want to bring up and talk about tonight. The last call of the week. And I'm really looking forward to next week because I know some big things are on the way. But anybody have any questions? about anything? Did this make sense to you guys? Did it resonate with you?
Made sense to me.
Good, Brian. Appreciate it. You have anything you want to add, Brian?
No, man, that was great, man. That was great. Especially talking about the pairing between Sosana and Solana, because I don't think a lot of people look at that. And even if nothing's happening with Sosana, if Solana goes down, it can impact our price as well, because that's just how it's paired together. I think that's something for people to understand. It won't matter once we roll out everything and kick into momentum, but right now everything is sensitive, right? So that's I think that was a great point to bring out to the community so they realize that. Yeah,
good stuff. Because we saw Solana tank. It went down. It's gone down, man. I mean, it was $230 just 3-4 weeks ago, maybe something like that. And here it is, around 150 or whatever it is. I mean, but the markets are going to do that. We're going to make our own market through the affiliates. Is the professor out there? I'm trying to unmute you, Professor. You with us? Are you with us, Keith? I tried to unmute you too. I know you guys are on. Well, if you're out there and you want to mention anything, throw out anything, or ask any questions, let me know. Thank you, April. Appreciate that. We can't speak about the audit yet. Not finished. It's back and forth stuff going on with the audit. So we will let you know. I promise you, as soon as we know something, Kat, you guys are going to know real fast. We don't hold back stuff. This good news is going to come out as soon as possible. Helen, good question. No, we don't have anything just yet, but all I can tell you is this has been like one of the most productive weeks we've ever had. I'm so excited about it. Being a part of it with the developers and watching everything, it's just watching everything come to fruition. It's been a lot of fun. Sometimes we got to step aside, literally just sit there and think about, wow, man, this is going to be fun. You guys are going to be, it's like we've got something to bring to you guys. We just know you're going to have fun taking a look at it. You're going to have so much fun experiencing it, the community, everything. I see that Kevin Blake Weldon wants to talk. I'm going to unmute you, brother. Come on out and talk.
Hey, man, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man, I just got a question for everybody. If you had your hands on a token that you absolutely knew it was going to go up, wouldn't you go buy some more? Guys, we all, listen, it's happened to me so many times, Mark, and I know it's happened to you, and it's probably happened to professors, probably happened to Keith, a lot of us, is that you're in a project, you see the prices come way down, everything in your heart is screaming that this is going to be like 2, 3, 5, 10x from where it is right now very soon. And yet we waited until it gets there. We said, dadgummit, I knew I should have bought something. Yeah, everything told me I should have got it. Everything told me I should have got it. Yeah. Listen, guys, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not corporate. But I'm going to tell you right now, guys, where we're sitting right now at 18 cents, if you don't go load up right now, you will thank me later. Don't come back crying, into November, December, and say, dadgummit, we're at $1. We're at $1.60. Right. We're at $1.90. We're at $3. It's 18 cents right now. Are you freaking kidding me?
I know.
With the utility that this has, when the voting comes out, when we give away that money, oh my gosh, this thing is going to explode. And I'm just literally shocked beyond belief that we're sitting at 18 cents right now.
I know. I know. And I know why, Kevin, because it's human nature, and we're all subject to it.
Yeah,
it's like we all want to wait till we want to. It's like seeing is believing. So I know there's some big marketers out there that could just turn it on, but they don't want to bring. What they're worried about in their minds is like, well, I don't want to bring people on and tell them to wait. Like I want it to be happening. I don't want to tell them that hey, come on in here and wait with us. People just don't like that feeling. It's human nature, and I understand that. But it's ironic. This is what's so ironic about opportunity. Opportunity always comes when you don't feel like it. It always knocks when it's the least comfortable, right? And so I've been telling people over and over, it's like, don't hesitate. Like, tell your friends, tell people now, because there are going to be some of you, not all of you, but there's going to be some of you that are like, you're going to tell someone and they're going, how long have you been in this thing? And you're going to be like, well, I've been with it for about 3-4 months. They launched and this happened and that happened. They'll be like, and why didn't you tell me about this? Because when you were in it, they went down as low as 17.39 cents, and now it's at like $1.50, and you're just now telling me, like,
Exactly.
what's going on, dude? Like, why didn't you tell me about that? And I've asked other people that, like, when they bring me opportunities, it's like, how long have you known about this? Oh, I got into it a couple months ago. Like, and you're just now telling me?
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, I'm not even trying to shame you guys. I know how it feels. I know the feeling of like, let's wait and let's get the affiliate plan up. Let's get the voting mechanism out. And when everything's running, then I feel really comfortable. I can tell everybody about this. I can just, and that's fine. If that's the way you feel, that's okay. I'm not even faulting you for it. I'm just telling you, those people are going to be better off now if you tell them now, or they'll be better off then if you had told them now, right? So, but that's up to you. You guys decide what you want to do. I don't blame you.
Yeah. You know,
What you
Mark,
want, you know?
we've all had it, and I'm not going to name the other project. You know which project I'm talking about, that I've been a part of for, you know, all the way back to January, and I have learned to ride that roller coaster. I've learned to ride it. I was forced to learn to ride it, and it was not fun. But it's just like you said, when you were showing the charts earlier, you see these red candles. Now is when you want to be buying, but now's when nobody wants to talk about it. No, are you kidding me? I'm not going to get in that. Look at the price, man. That thing's taken. Exactly. That's when you want to get it, not when the green candle goes through the roof. And everybody's, you know, anyway. So,
and they'll be buying it then anyway. And I'm not even going to say it's going to be a bad buy. I mean, anytime you get into Sosana between now and whenever, it's always going to be a good time because you get in, you need to vote, you need to participate. This is going to be the highest, I've said this over and over, the highest participation in a community we've ever seen in crypto history, because the mechanism itself calls for participation.
yes,
right? Like everyone's going to want to be voting. Everyone's going to want to be getting the reward. And they're all going to be coming to it. And eventually we're going to replace Telegram with our own mechanism. We have our own community, you know, communicating mechanism that everyone's going to come in and start. It's going to be very similar to Telegram. It's going to be very different. The outlay, it's going to be different, right? It's going to be so much better. But it's also going to be the ability for us to continue to interact like we are. But then it's going to be a whole bunch of people, none of which will be scammers. You know, we got scammers sitting in our Telegram right now. We got scammers probably listening to this call right now, waiting to pounce on the next victim who says, hey, man, I need a little help with my wallet. I don't know what's going on. And then they get a phone call from, you know, imposter Keith Lacey, right? Oh, let me help you with your, you know, your wallet. Here's a link to connect to. And then when they connect to that link, boom, they lose all their money. That's not going to happen in the Sosana community. It can't happen because everybody there is going to be KYC, right? And so we got a safe haven. We got a safe community, which again has never happened in crypto history. It's a very simple concept, but it's never happened, you know? So we're paving the way for something really special, as you guys can tell. And Colby asked a question that was market related. And I can't tell you, Colby, for sure what is causing the market to turn bearish. Like it's not just one thing. It wouldn't be like, well, this happened, so that happened. It's not like that right now. It's a lot of things going on all at once. And I'm not going to get into it because some of it's political. Some of it is just straight up economics. You know, there's people right now. I can tell you one of the things that's economic is that inflation hasn't gone down as much as people had hoped or anticipated, which also means that interest rates won't be going down, which causes investors to pull back their money. And so when they pull back their money, there's less liquidity in the market tanks. And guess what happens then? The smartest investors start buying. That's just how it works. When everybody else is selling, the smartest people are buying, right? And then they're waiting for those big green candles to come up. And you know how much manipulation goes on, whether it be political, mostly political, and the economic manipulation that happens. There's so many things that happen. But it's like I said, you just got to be the turtle. Be the turtle. Tell yourself that. Make that a staple in your thought process. Be the turtle. Don't try to be the rabbit. If you try to be the rabbit, you're going to end up getting shot. That's what happens. You know, turtles have that slow moving, methodical, and they're protected, right? They have their shell. And they protect it with security. And by the way, I did a security video today on Phantom. I tried to include everything in it. I told you guys I was going to do that, but I sounded horrible. Like I didn't realize how bad I sounded. And I thought, nah, I don't want to put that out there. I just didn't sound good. I sounded even worse than I do now, I think. I don't sound good right now, I know. But any other questions out there? Any questions at all before we conclude this final call of the week? Anybody?
Kevin say, was it Dad Gummit or Dag Nabbit? It was something like that. Can Kevin say that one more time? I loved it. I wanted him to say Dad Gummit.
Probably Dad Gummit.
That was it. That was
That's
it.
funny.
That's that East Texas accent coming out, fellas. I'm sorry.
I loved it, man. I was like, that's my man.
Man. Hey, but one more thing, when you were talking about day trading, Mark, I got my fill of that too a couple years back. And again, but it was another one of those deals where I learned. And there was a stock, Mara and Riot. They were blockchain stocks. I don't know if y'all remember those. They may still be going, but I remember watching the charts on those things, and when they would come down like to a certain range, I said, I know it's going to go back up. I know it's going to go back up. Just get some. I know it's going to go back up because I've seen it do it so many times. And you don't do it, and it goes back. Dadgummit, I knew it was going to go up. Why didn't I get it?
Right.
That's what's happening right now with Sosana.
Yes.
I think everybody on this call, all 77 people, I think every single one of us knows that this is going to go way past 30, 40, 50, 60 cents. And here it is right now at 18 cents. And we're like, I know it's going to go. I just need to go get some. I'm going to wait. And then you wait. And the next thing you know, it's at 30 cents. Dadgummit, I knew I should have got it. I knew it.
Right.
So
I've been there so many times.
We know it's coming. When the utility comes out, we know what's going to happen. I'm not saying go get stupid and spend your house money and your babysitter money, your car money. But if you've got extra, now is when you need to be loading up. Now is when you need to be adding to your bank. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep. And it's up to you guys. And if you don't, that's okay. I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about what's going on now because I already know what we've got coming. And I know that we've lost some momentum because this thing hasn't happened as quickly as we anticipated. And, when you're doing something that's never been done before, you run into some problems that have never been seen before. You're just going, okay, well, now we got to get over that. But I can just promise you guys, and I hope you believe me when I tell you, this team is 110% committed. We will never stop until the job gets done. And then when the job gets done, we're gonna march straight forward into the next challenge, and that is to get everything to start moving in the right direction. And we'll do whatever it takes, and we will listen to you guys. I hope that you guys feel like that. Like we hold these Zoom calls on a regular basis also, not just tell you things, but to listen and to hear things from our community and to listen to your questions and be there for you. So I hope that you guys can appreciate that kind of transparency because you just don't see that in crypto anymore, or maybe ever, right? It's just not something that you see, but we're so committed to that, and I hope you guys appreciate it. So any other questions at all about anything? Anything at all? It's been a long call. Anybody want to add anything? Professor, you got anything? Anybody got anything?
Oh, I was able to extract a few more Dad Gummits. I'm good.
That's your new favorite word of the week, huh?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Nice. Word of the week, folks. Dadgummit. There it is.
Hope you feel better, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I think I'll get better. I'll be all right. I've had worse, but it's one of those things I think that even sounds worse than it is, but I just broke out in a cough today and I was like, really? Man, I thought I was kicking this thing and I started coughing, but yeah, it is what it is, man. Life is good. So, all right, man. Thank you everybody for coming on. That's funny, Colby. To prove you're not AI, what is the color of the sky? Well, outside my window, the sky's dark. But anyway, all right, guys, thanks a lot for coming on. Everybody have a great weekend, man. Just chill out, relax, have fun. Get back on here Monday and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what's next. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend. See ya.
All right, guys. That was that. Tomorrow I'll be streaming at 9 a.m. Okay, doing my trading stream, my forex stream. come in, like the stream, subscribe, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Thanks, guys. God bless you, and cheers, man. See you tomorrow.